Hi, I'm Lucy, and this is my story. So growing up, I actually lived in the Philippines, and I moved here when I was 9. I grew up in a Catholic family, going to church every Sunday, attending Catholic school and whatnot. But every single time I went to church, I kind of left feeling unsatisfied. I definitely knew about the gospel and, how God came to be and whatnot, but I didn't really think much of it, so I kind of became a skeptic of all of it. Yeah, so in high school, instead of worshiping Christ, I worshiped the idol of popularity and people's perception of me. I cared about, going out and partying more than anything else in the world. Yeah, so that kind of went to a standstill, and my senior year, I actually got in a lot of trouble. Ended up going to a party and just had this big old mess happen and whatnot. And as it was all happening, I kind of was just praying there and asking God, why me? And with that, I was just so ashamed and so embarrassed of my actions that I kind of just turned them off completely. So coming into college, it still continued. I was lonely, I just felt so empty inside, and I didn't really care about anything. But last quarter, I went with a couple friends to a gathering of Christian people, and right as I walked into the area, they were having worship, and I was just overcome by the Holy Spirit, and I couldn't even understand what was happening to me until a couple days after, and I realized that it was kind of, God just tapping on my shoulder and saying that I'm free from my sin, and that He's been there all along, and He's been wanting to hold my hand and whatnot, and it was just all me, I just needed to ask for forgiveness to get that. And I realized that He gave up His Son just so that I can be free. And I want to end this thing with a passage from Romans, and it says, "For we know that our old self is crucified with Him, so that the body of sin might be done away with, that we should no longer be slaves to sin, because anyone who has died has been freed from sin." And I honestly believe that I have been freed from sin based on this experience. This is my story. What's yours?